Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for the week of August 7th. We're just going to jump right in here, Aries, and see what is going on for you. You have this mechanic card. It says you can easily fix your financial situation with little friction. You also have this lost card. It says a major phase of your life is ending. Embrace the newness. I kind of feel like some of you are, this gives me more, I would say, shedding your skin type of energy, which is different than... it's like a different type of transformation is what I would say. I feel like I've said this to you before, that it's more, like when you think of a snake shedding its skin because it's growing. And so I feel like you could be having those symptoms. It's like you could be feeling like you're losing things, but you're actually not. You're actually just growing. The only thing that you are losing at this time, Aries, is your old self, and it's like you're stepping into this new, better version of yourself. And, I think this is definitely a good thing for you. It's going to lead to a lot of, kind of like a lot of growth, a lot of abundance in work and business. But I do feel like you have to do this right here. You have this Explore the Possibilities card. I can't remember who I said it to, but, I've been saying to everyone really for a long time that I think that a lot of people do feel lost right now in a certain way. But it's like we're not lost. I think what we are feeling is empty space. There's a lot of empty space that needs to be filled. And, the only way that we can fill it is we have to fill it with our energy, but that means that we have to create things or, start new things in our life, new businesses, relationships, ideas, could be creative projects, whatever. It's like we have to kind of move in those new directions to fill that space. For some of you, I do feel you have let go of something toxic here, or I'm getting something about health here even. You have the Page of Pentacles, and Page of Pentacles to me sometimes can be a card of your health or kind of improving your health. You have the Devil here. And so again, I kind of would, coming into the reading, this first row, I would, make sure you're taking care of yourself. I don't think it's anything crazy. I just think it's saying hey, watch your health. I also feel that for some of you, you just feel... I feel like you have been feeling restricted, as in you want to do certain things, but you can't. I feel like you can, but you can't. I think that makes sense. If this reading is for you, I feel like that statement would make a lot of sense to you, where it's like you could do something, but you can't. Maybe you want to get working on your business or your career, and it's like you can work, you could work, but you're feeling tired or you're feeling too tired or something, Same thing in love. It's like you could go out and get love, but you're feeling tired or something like that. I don't know. I get a weird energy here. I don't see it as good or bad in my head either. It just, just is basically. What I would say is I feel like you're going through this healing, this Four of Swords. So, again, if you're shedding your skin, you're becoming a different person. When you think about it, the skin is on the outside of the snake, right? It's almost protecting the snake in certain ways. But once you get out of it, you have this new fresh skin that's kind of open to new energies. So it's almost like this first row is saying that really the symptoms that you are experiencing right now, Aries, are you're just adjusting to a new environment. And I feel some of you need to realize that. Some of you clearly need to see it. You have the Eight of Swords here. Eight of Swords is about setting yourself free and kind of realizing that you're not stuck. It could also represent, again, some of you could be going this way and this way. You could be walking away from someone who's brought conflict into your life. This is the good stuff, this last row, so it doesn't matter what shows up here. It's going to be good no matter what, but it is interesting. It's like something was a disappointment with the Four of Cups to the Eight of Cups, which is you deciding to walk away from something that no longer serves you, or something that just isn't for you in the first place. Again, we are ending this. We had last year the Taurus Scorpio eclipses. We're ending that cycle basically in this next set of eclipses that starts in October. And so, this time frame, in between now and basically October, the end of the year, October, November, December, you could be noticing that you're shedding a lot of these things, like things that no longer serve you, or even things, I would say anything that hasn't been flexible in your life. If you feel like things have kept you stuck, or, it's kind of like a weird thing to say, right? But it's I feel like some of you, maybe in love, for example, I'll use that as an example. You want a relationship, right? But you also don't want a person necessarily who, is holding on to you. It's you want flexibility. I'm not saying you're looking to go date 10 people at once or anything. But it's more you just don't want a person more. I think it's more that you don't want a person who's like this, you know what I mean? Who makes you feel like you're trapped or something like that. And it's like, if you found a person who, was wide open, who made you feel very free, you actually wouldn't want to go anywhere. And I don't know. I hope that makes sense. I'm getting that feeling. This could be in business as well. It's like I feel like if you feel trapped in like, oh, I'm a doctor, or, oh, I'm a lawyer, like, if you're feeling trapped by a title, you could be looking for more flexibility in the sense that you don't want to have the title. I don't know. That's where this reading is going. With the devil, you have the Seven of Swords. Yeah, lying, cheating, stealing. Some of you could have been dealing with a liar, cheater, stealer in the past, and you are just walking away from this situation, I would say. With the Four of Swords, you have the Ten of Wands. It's kind of funny you end with the Ten of Wands here as well, and that is coming up in the good stuff. Again, I feel like the burden has been the healing, and now you're releasing it. Again, the burden, it's funny that it's, it's more popping into my head as symptoms. It's like, some people talk about, what do you call it? I'm at a loss for words now that I'm trying to, come up with it. But ascension, ascension symptoms, it's like these ascension symptoms of raising your vibration. It's like, okay, you could feel tired, exhausted, sick, all these things. And some of you, I feel, have been going through that, but it's like ending. Here you go. With the Eight of Swords, you have the World, which is an ending to you being stuck, an ending to you not seeing what direction to go in. Next, in the area of what you need to hear right now, you have this Aries season card. It says spontaneity creates a shift. Again, the Taurus eclipses were about flexibility. It's like Taurus is not necessarily flexible. And, so I said last year when I did those Taurus eclipse readings, I said to every single sign, we have to be super flexible at this time, really not just between now and October, for the rest of our lives. It's a time, that energy is to teach us to teach us flexibility. It says, choose what feels more true to you. You have the Scorpio season. It says, don't obsess over results. Take the time to think things through. Yeah, I kind of feel this is more work focused as well. Like if you are, focusing on work or something, you could be focusing too much on the results. I feel you need to focus more on just putting in the work instead of like worrying too much of like, oh, if I do this work, is there going to be a result in the future? I would just, I think your assumptions need to change. I feel like you need to assume the best and be more positive and not assume the worst with this energy for sure. You have the King of Cups, the Four of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. Could be two love offers coming in for you here, but it's like your Four of Cups right here. I feel like for some of you, maybe nothing is, tickled your fancy here, Aries, with the Four of Cups and the Eight of Cups. Some of you, I feel, could be just taking a break from love in general. For others of you, I feel like it's the complete opposite, by the way. It's like I get the two ends of the spectrum here. Some of you, take it how it resonates. Some of you are taking a total break from love, and I would say for those of you, it's like maybe you have a lot of options right now. But again, nothing is exciting you. So I feel like you could be taking a little bit of a break and maybe focusing on some other things. For others of you, I feel it's the total opposite. You're moving towards one person. And I feel like this person is kind of like King of Pentacles energy. King of Pentacles is someone who's like more predictable, very stable, successful, hardworking, like all those things. You do end with the Page of Pentacles, which would be communication from this person. So I do feel that there could be communication coming in for you from a person. For those of you in work or business, again, Taurus right here. So I feel like you are it's like you are wanting flexibility, or you are looking for some sort of flexibility in work. King of Pentacles, he does the same thing. He does things the same way forever. He is the card of convention, right? So I feel like you're trying to break out of that. You have the King of Cups here, and King of Cups, I feel, is your emotions. I feel like you need to make sure that you're doing things that you are in emotional alignment with, and that's really all I'm getting on the King of Cups there. I feel it's more your emotions. I don't really feel it's a person or anything. And again, I also say that because we have the Eight of Cups here. So it's like you're walking away from things that no longer serve you. You're walking towards things that are, like much better for you in some way. With the King of Cups, you have the Nine of Wands here. A lot of this Wands energy. One thing I will say as well, Nine of Wands, Seven of Wands. I look at both cards as cards of perseverance in some way. Nine of Wands is considered the card of perseverance. Seven of Wands is a card of perseverance because he's defending his position at the top of this hill here, and he's not giving up, which is perseverance. But really, Seven of Wands is the card of persistence, which, those two words are, they basically mean the same thing. But, again, he kind of is more of a persistent energy. And so I kind of feel that some of you could be trying to break through something here, or you're at least trying to create a breakthrough in your life. For some of you, this could be an emotional achievement, is what I'm getting here, as in you accomplish something that's been difficult, and it makes you feel good, makes you feel happy. I feel just like that simple. That's what the breakthrough that you're trying to have here. With the Four Cups, it just hasn't happened yet. You have the moon. The moon, everybody's been getting the moon. I do believe we are in a moon period right now. I talk about Neptune and Pisces all the time. This is Pisces. Neptune and Pisces is, we could have these dreams, these big, huge dreams of things that we want to accomplish, but actually accomplishing, like the fantasy feels too good with Neptune and Pisces. So we get stuck in the fantasy, and we don't want to look at the reality, which is maybe like the hard work that goes into having something we want, or, having to sacrifice some time or something else, right? So it's kind of like it's like a double-edged sword with Neptune and Pisces, because in one way we could accomplish more than we ever thought possible by going after some, wacky, crazy Neptune and Pisces dream. On the other hand, we can do nothing and just daydream all the time. So I feel like your trick is to walk away from that type of energy and to go towards fulfillment. Eight of Cups is saying, like, your ideas are what is going to bring fulfillment into your life, but you have to take action towards these things. With the King of Pentacles, you have the King of Wands here. This could be your energy. It's funny, he's pointing towards the world here as well. So, I feel for some of you, like I was saying earlier, it's almost as if you are more focused on achievements and not so much focused on, I feel like you're not necessarily just focusing on like work or something like that. Or, like love. I feel you could be more focused on work and achievements. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this card that says, continue to make the most of every open door. And you have this card that says, explore the opportunities. Or what does it say? Explore the possibilities. What I was going to say is, I feel that there are going to be a lot of opportunities that are coming your way, but you're going to have to explore them. And, this is a time where, you've probably heard me say that I believe we're in a time where we have to move a lot of dirt to get to the gold, meaning that, like, whatever you want to accomplish, you're going to have to try a couple of different things to make it work. And when you find something that does work, it's going to be very abundant for you. But yet, everything else is going to be probably just a bunch of dirt, right? And I know people don't want to hear that, but I'm also like I always say, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, you can just hit this easy button. Your life's going to be, sunshine, rainbows, and unicorns. It doesn't work like that, especially right now where we have to maybe put in a little bit more elbow grease into the things we want, or have more experiences, or whatever the case may be. And again, it doesn't have to be hard. These can be enjoyable experiences. It just depends on your mindset. You have the Eight of Cups, Seven of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune here. Again, more breakthrough energy. I don't really feel anything unexpected here, by the way. But again, I get this energy of looking for a breakthrough, like I was saying earlier with the Nine of Wands to the Seven of Wands. The Eight of Cups is, hoping for direction, right? And sometimes, it reminds me, I'm working on a lot of stuff for the Chris Rock channel and everything about purpose and, moving towards your purpose, finding your purpose, whatever you want to call it. And, what I think people need to realize is, like, you have to start somewhere to even know, know what you like and know what you don't like in the first place. And, it's kind of like a weird concept. It's like, you can't just, I think a lot of people just don't do anything because they're afraid that they're going to do the wrong thing. But it's like, no, you have to start somewhere, and then somewhere always leads to something else. You know what I mean? It always leads to kind of like a different direction. It's like, I always say I had this big business failure when I was younger and lost a ton of money and was negative money for many years after that and felt like a failure, right? But while I had that business, I was doing a ton of video for that business. I was doing a ton of training for that and just everything, right? And it really prepared me for this. So, to me, it's like, if I didn't start that, it probably wouldn't have led to this. And, I feel like some people need to realize that. It's like, sometimes you do something and you have to walk away from it. You have to, go towards something else. But it's like, if you don't start, you're not going to figure out what you're actually meant to do in the first place, right? You have the Seven of Wands here. Seven of Wands, again, is a card of conviction as well. It kind of represents knowing that that something is going to be successful. If you do want love, I do feel you have to open up to someone here. You have to be, again, if you want love, I would open up to a new opportunity. It looks like there's someone new coming in. Earth definitely stands out to me here, Capricorn. So it could be any sign, take it how it resonates, but definitely could be an earth sign or someone with a lot of earth in their chart. Could be an Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo as well. You have the World, and you have the Wheel of Fortune here, which has all the fixed signs. You have Taurus here, so wouldn't really surprise me, but I kind of feel this Wheel of Fortune is your, kind of like your personal vision for your life. I feel like you get this card with me all the time, and the Wheel of Fortune, and it is a very lucky card, but I always say you don't just get the Wheel of Fortune. It is, it is your personal, it's your destiny, but it's how you see it. It's not like, I think sometimes people think like, oh, my destiny, like the universe is just going to magically make this happen for me, but not necessarily. If you are in alignment, if your energy is going the right direction, then sure. But, I feel for a lot of you, you're kind of like hoping to turn things around. And I feel like you are. It looks to me like you're turning things around in this reading. Let's see. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Five of Cups here. Yes, disappointments. Something has not worked out exactly how you wanted it to. Whatever this is, I don't care. I don't care what it is. I feel this is saying it's time to move past it. Could be a relationship that didn't work out. It could be, it could be a job or a business or something financially, or just feeling like you're having to force things to go to plan. Sometimes I think we get into that energy where it's like things aren't bad, right? We're making money in our business or career, but we are also kind of burning ourselves out. We are putting too much into it, and we're trying to find a solution. Some of you are clearly in that space with this reading. Same thing, it could be in love as well. You could be burnt out on love, like I said, and you could be kind of like at the end of your rope here, trying to find somebody or trying to find something. And but I feel like this is saying once you let go of something and are grateful for what you have, Five of Cups, the solution is gratitude, then good things are going to come in for you. And what do you know? With the Seven of Wands, you have the Hangman. Definitely a new perspective coming in for you here. I would open up to new ways of doing things or different perspectives. I feel that's really is a solution to everyone. I mean, talking about Neptune and Pisces. Neptune and Pisces is a direct challenge to traditional belief. We all believe things for whatever reason. And Neptune and Pisces, we're going to see a lot of people, and I think we already are, who are going to change their beliefs on things. Could be anything, but, for you, if you are feeling stuck, I would look for outside perspectives. It's not even about changing your mind, right? It's about just seeing if there are other ways to do things, just kind of trying to find out if maybe there's a better way to run your business, to have a relationship, whatever, just trying something else just to see how it goes, right? And, I kind of get that energy here. Explore the possibilities. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Empress. Didn't you have the Emperor, or am I making that up? I'm making that up, but it doesn't matter. I feel like you're very attractive at this time. Definitely could be a Taurus coming in for you here if you are looking for love, or it could just be a very abundant person, but I feel like your abundance is changing here. Next, you have this Dragonfly spirit says truth transcends illusion, and you have this Beaver spirit says lay a solid foundation. The dragonflies, I always say if you've ever looked through a dragonfly's wings, they're kind of like iridescent. They're translucent. You can see through them, but they are shimmery. They kind of have this like shimmery kind of, it's like looking through a stained glass window, right? And so I kind of feel with this that you have an idea, like the whole entire reading is basically saying you have this great idea for your future, some sort of dream life or something you want, but it's a little bit like rose-colored glasses. You might be thinking that things should be better than they actually should be, and I'm not saying that things shouldn't be good, but don't get disappointed when there are little like speed bumps in your way or when things don't work out perfectly. It's almost like you're making things too big here, in this reading. You could be making putting things on a pedestal, more or less, or thinking that things are more important than they actually are. And I get this energy of building something over time. I don't know. I'm trying to crunch this one in my head, and it's like you're trying to build something over time. Like, let's say you're trying to build a business. It's like maybe you have these big wild dreams about it, but you have to start small and then build up from there and then build it over time. I kind of feel that here. It's like you really, and I really feel the universe is stressing that you want to do this so you have a solid foundation. Same thing with a relationship as well. You might be meeting a person here. I do see a person, and it's like there might be things that you're not sure about, but I do feel this is encouraging you to step into the unknown, but also build a solid foundation. Maybe this person wants to move slowly. Maybe, who the hell knows what. But, I feel this is encouraging you to move in that new direction. You have the Five of Wands, the Ten of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. Again, this is going to be the good stuff, and so it's going to be good no matter what. And I feel like this is saying it's the end of conflict. You're coming out of some sort of conflict here. Remember, we were talking about this healing time, right, at the beginning of the reading. And it's almost like you're shedding your skin. It reminds me of, I used to work at pet stores. When I was younger, I worked at pet stores, right? Why not? And the only time I would ever get bit by snakes was when they were shedding their skin. They're like super cranky, when they're going through that shedding process and everything. And I kind of feel like that's where you've been. And now you're like coming out the other side. Things will be improving here like this month right away. You have the Ten of Wands. Again, showing up in the good stuff, this would tell me that you are releasing a burden or things are going to be improving for you in some way. And then you have the Page of Pentacles, which is like good news. So I feel there could be good news coming in for you. I also feel there could be a new person who is coming in for you here. It feels different. Like, I don't know what the problem is here. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, right? I feel like there's a problem here. There's a person, either you're interested or they're interested in you. And it feels like, I don't think it's like a problem. I think it's more maybe differences of opinions. And I think this is something that could be overcome because this looks like it would be a very good relationship, right? But it's like maybe someone wants to move slower than the other person, and maybe that makes you nervous, right? If you meet this person, maybe someone kept you waiting for a long time. Let's just use that as an example. Maybe I don't think they're keeping you waiting. I think, but maybe you're seeing it that way. And again, I think changing perspective or seeing things from their point of view, if you meet a person like this, right? Or figuring it out, like being, communicating, as I always say, and being like, what's up? Why are you being like this? I feel like they will tell you that maybe they're busy or, whatever. So I would communicate here. With the Five of Wands, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, you have look at this. You have the King to the Queen of Pentacles here. I love the King and Queen of Pentacles. To me, they're divine counterparts for sure, and definitely can represent like a solid connection. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Five of Pentacles. I do feel like you've been worried about finances. Again, coming up in the good stuff, this would tell me that actually your finances will be improving. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords, there's normally a new island behind the lady here. And I always say she needs to get to that new island. Kind of represents a new opportunity. And this whole entire reading has been saying, take advantage of new opportunities. I really feel that, I feel this is true for everyone. I talk about it all the freaking time, right? That I feel that everyone needs to kind of have, like, really make sure that they're having experiences right now. New experiences. You have this dog card. It says protection from a powerful friend. I do feel like you could be protected at this time. I do feel like you have these little worries about the future. And again, I do feel this reading. There's something here also about needing to bring it back to the present. Because it's like you could be worrying about things that might happen, might never happen, could happen, will happen. It's like you're worrying about all those things, but it's like, what can you do right now? It's like you don't get so caught up in that future thinking, right? You have this V card. It says victory in some endeavor. Definitely a lot of wins coming in for you here. You have this you need to defend yourself card, the shield card, 7 of Wands, 9 of Wands. I think the best defense is for you is to just do nothing. Like, again, the one thing I would do is protect your energy. Make sure you're being careful who you surround yourself with. Make sure you are careful of the people who are in your energy and like all of that other good stuff. That is what I'd be protecting. You have this February card. It says older woman. It says dealings with relationships with an older woman. You could have been dealing with an older person. General reading. Maybe you went through a breakup in February or, something like that here. And now you have this June card. It says peacock, beware of great pride. I feel like this is the same person. So it's like there could be a person who's coming back. And it does say June, but, I think they could be coming back summertime, and that's what's going on here. So I'd be careful if you have like a cocky person from the past. You have this seahorse. It says family matters on it. So a lot of you it's weird. A lot of people there are like a few cards that talk about family in this deck, and everyone's had a family card. So, that's a good card. And I do feel a lot of people could be kind of dealing with family stuff, but, overall, really interesting reading and good. I feel like you're going in the right direction. I would just explore more possibilities, but, thank you for being here and, definitely enjoy your week.